might go off, or I don't know, what kind of practical jokes do you play?
Well, with my new chemistry set, thanks to Brie Larson, I do like to make stink bombs.
Partying is cool. Dying is not.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, George. How's it going?
It's going all right.
Had a little bit of money, so the Lord did me good. Got all kind of shit. Got the glow sticks, I got the gotcha bag, got the Hawaiian punch. Man, everybody won't holler at Pop what you need. I got it. If I ain't got it, I can find it, you understand? I'm selling glow sticks. Glow sticks that go with the yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have a tail, or is that your hair in the back?
あ、ほら髪の毛と下に尻尾があります。
Hair and a tail. Wow. The best of both worlds.
わあ、Thank you! 私の髪の毛と尻尾はとっても自慢の髪の毛と尻尾なんです。ありがとうございます。
Yeah, it really such a unique little character. It's mesmerizing. Anyway, I forgot the question.
In this big game that we play, life, it's not what you hope for, it's not what you deserve, it's what you take. I'm Frank T.J. Mackey, a master of the muffin, and author of the Seduce and Destroy system, now available to you on audio and video cassette. Seduce and Destroy will teach you the techniques to have any hard-body blonde just dripping to wet your dock.
Living in America. There's nothing wrong. No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm out on love. Out on love. Alone from night to night, you find me.
Concerned about that?
No, Dageshan. I'm concerned because there's nothing wrong.
And what are you going to say to your fans when they ask you some...
I'm going to say I feel good. Papa's got a brand new bag. It's a man's world.
What you're going to be doing on this tour?
Jam.
Source, there you are.
And we'll be doing a lot of good things, and hopefully we'll get Brother Ted Turner on the cover. Ted, where you at? Hasta luego.
The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts all on a summer's day. The Knave of Hearts, he stole those tarts and took them quite away.
こんにちは。ボンバットファミリーと私たちのライブ放送へようこそ。私たちはあなたの視聴とリスニングの喜びのための素晴らしいショーを持っています。今あなたのホストスコッティ・ジェイロとジェリー・ケーブルにステイ・ボンバードを楽しんで覚えておいてください。
Welcome to the Bombadcast.
What is up, Bombad fam? It is me, your boy, the Can Junkie, and welcome to yet another edition of the Bombadcast. It's good to see you all. And tonight on the Bombadcast, we just want to, first of all, wish you all a very, very happy National Nude Day. Just however you celebrate, however you choose to celebrate, we just hope you choose to celebrate responsibly. And that being said, we do a lot of things here on the Bombadcast YouTube channel, namely this show. You know, me and Scotty, we kind of get together. You know, we take selfies with Jar Jar. You know, we'll play clips of Tom Cruise telling you how to get lots and lots of like we got fans like Willie, Tim Cook, this guy right here. He's a big fan. Who is this one again? Okay. Anyway, Nick. Hello, Nick. Nick. Anyway, high five your screens right now. Paul's here. This is the Bombadcast. You know what it's like. You know it's here. But guys, beyond that, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central. Hi, I got him. Woo! Every Wednesday, at I believe 8 p.m. Central. Yes. Yeah. I love you too, buddy. Love you too. We do Bombad Gaming. My buddy Scotty gets on the YouTube here and he plays any number of games for you. Usually, if Connor has his way, it is a little game of Switch sports, a little bit of, maybe some Switch tennis or, something like that. But check him out every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central. And also coming back next Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, Hyperfocus has returned. We did our Hyperfocus dry run for the patrons of our Patreon last Saturday. It was a lot of fun. Thank you all for hanging out for that. And you know what? Hyperfocus is going to be back for the general public. It's going to be back here on the YouTube page. So don't you worry. It's coming back. It's back. My first guest is actually going to be M from Pink Milk. So stay tuned for more details about that kind of stuff going on. But also, guys, we want to remind you of some of the causes that we really want to push and support here, namely the Amidala Initiative, which is a coalition of just a ton of Star Wars creators who are trying to help spread the word and raise funds for Equality Texas that help trans youth and their families, and the awful legislation that's going on restricting their God-given rights. Anyway, please go follow at Amidala Helps and check them out. Also, we don't have a thing for this, like a graphic or anything, and I'm trying to remember the exact Jen Urso quote. It's oh man, well she has like all these good. I can't remember the exact quote. Scotty, help me. What is it? Is it why? I can't remember. Anyway, this is great. This is going great. I want to bring in Scotty because I love him and he's a great guy. And also, I'm drowning. Scotty,
don't drown. I'm here. I love you. I'm glad to be here.
Because I'm wearing a beanie in the summer, isn't it? That's what it is. That's what it is.
It's got to be it. I don't know the quote, to be honest with you. I really can't talk about that publicly.
Choice? What choice?
There you go.
That's what I do. I work everything out publicly. So
but
go follow at What Choice. What choice do we have? Look it up. For
that being said, Jerry, I'm glad to be here. Stranger Things, what? A little bit different than what we normally do. We've covered the Duffer Brothers before. I'm excited to talk about this. But real quick, for those that don't know, $7 a month, or you can set your own price. We have a Patreon, the one and only club. And for those that have already joined, they could tell you it's worthwhile. All kinds of perks, call-in shows that are exclusive, shout-outs at the beginning and end of every stream. I'm going to do that in just a moment. Patreon group chat, which I just chatted in. Bi-monthly care package and a handwritten letter that's coming to you in August, actually, our first ones. So if you join in July, you'll be able to get yours for August. Live watch-alongs, it's actually coming along right now. I plan on doing one the week I get back from vacation. We actually just did a Q&A, funny enough, for Adam Christopher. Those have been submitted. And, of course, private live stream hangouts, which we love to do. But real quick, I want to say this as well. Jerry, if you don't mind, can you actually go to Canva and get your Patreon exclusive show thumbnail downloaded? You can actually put it here.
You know what? I actually, I think I might actually have it.
Perfect.
Saved. So I'll go ahead and try to throw that in the thing there. So
awesome. So I have one called The Greatest Teacher, Joseph Campbell. I actually recently just acquired I got a photo printed of him to put on my wall, and I got a nice signature on the way, a book that he signed. I'm cutting out the book and putting it into the framed photo. So I'm very excited to say that. But the reason I say that is because it's a Patreon show. I need to shout out our Patreons in particular. We have about 21 patrons. Let me read them to you. We got Rick Villanueva. Wow, what a great guy. We got Nick Milky, who was actually just chatting with us. We got Joey Tight Pants Organa. It's a tall man there. We got Rez. We've got Seth Parnell. We've got Jared Bachman Stubb. Okay. We've got I don't remember. He's a gray Jedi though. We got Jeff Qualia. I'll never do it right.
Jeff Bezos?
Nope, not that Jeff. This Jeff's much better. We got Brian Fry. We've got Michael McCoy. We got M from Pink Milk. Oh, she's gonna be on Hyperfocus soon, y'all. We got Brian Hennessy, not Finnessy. Hennessy. We got Todd DeGlossier. We've also got Neil Lowry, Chase Hauser, Wesley Woolridge, William Hardy, Preston Dugas, Eli from In a Galaxy, Trey Mitchell. We've got David at K2S Bro. We got Alden Diaz, and we got the wonderful Buck O'Brien. That's the newest patron this week.
Yes.
So, super happy to say we've got all these people making vouch. We have a good time on this channel. And Jerry actually just uploaded the thumb. There it is. The Canon
There's my
Junkie
thumb.
Corner. You started
There
that.
it
How'd
is.
that go, by the way? Let's hear about that real quick.
Hey, pretty good. Listen, so it was just basically I hung out. I read a chapter of a book and everything.
Yeah.
It's available on the Patreon right there, on the Patreon. So no, I don't dislike Jeff Bezos. I just want to shoot him into space in a giant dick again. It's fine. But anyway, so Canon Junkie Corner. No, I read the prologue and first chapter of Skywalker: A Family at War, which is a wonderful book by Kristen Baver. That is basically the entire story of the saga from Phantom Menace, a little before Phantom Menace. Actually, you got a little extra cool details in it. From there to all the way past, or all the way to Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, nice.
And it's written like a biography. Like someone would be writing a biography. So it's a really fun book. I really like it. There's a lot of really cool stuff in there. So go check it out. It's basically it's me reading with lo-fi music in the background.
That's sick. Did you enjoy it? Did you like doing it?
Yeah, it was just. I mean, it was really chill. It was just me, and again, it was just me. And if you guys want to, if I'm recording it and everything, you can come in live. You can chat with me. We can talk about what we're reading and stuff. Things like that. But yeah, Canon Junkie Corner. I will not tell you it's going to be like on a set schedule at all. I'll let you know when the next one comes out. So,
well, I love it.
But that's how we do our things.
I love it. I agree. And you know what? Happy to say that we've had some patrons, actually in the chat currently here hanging out. William, one of them. Preston, another one, and Jeff also. We had Nick earlier in here. So glad to have everyone here wanting to talk about this. But we do have something big for us. We do have a show that we all watched. I think most of the world ended up watching it. And it's so crazy because we'll actually end up talking about this as well. But generationally speaking, this show is a pretty incredible show for a lot of people. But let's get a little clip rolling real quick before we even get into it. Let's get a little clip rolling. How does this sound? Where's it at? For Eddie. For Eddie, baby.
For Eddie.
That's
was
who I
metal
identified
as hell.
with the most. God, he was a great character. Rip. For anyone that hasn't seen it, sorry.
Rip.
Well,
speaking of people who haven't seen it, Michael McCoy.
Hey,
just a few years behind, sir. Just a few. It's all right. We still love you. Yeah, it is neat. It is neat.
Yeah, we still love you, Michael.
That's
You're
all I
good
gotta
people.
say.
You're
we
good
still
people.
love you. And I mean, I guess you could stay, but like you should probably just start watching Stranger Things. I'm just saying.
Oh
Join us,
man,
Michael.
that's right. On loving memory, that's true.
On the wings of the angels.
I agree. God, man. So, a couple of things I want to say. 2016, we were all going through our own things in life. 2016 happened to be one of the more worst years of my life in terms of what happened. I had my grandfather pass away, and then immediately after a flood came and swept through our house and took everything from us. But this is where this show comes in. I believe it came out in July of 16, but it didn't really catch fire till about like September, October of 16. At least that's how I feel. But where were you, man, when this show came out in 2016, the original season? What was that like for you?
I remember, me and my ex still together and all that. I remember seeing the trailer and seeing the poster and really getting like a Spielberg vibe from it. Okay. And that had me immediately. I was like, okay, this looks interesting. I might want to check this out. So honestly, whenever it came out, I think it was July 4th weekend, or it could have been July. I forget when exactly it dropped. But when it dropped in July, we watched the first episode that night. I mean, we were absolutely hooked. We couldn't go to bed, we watched as many as we could. I think we watched the first 3 episodes, like powered through them.
Wow.
And then we're like, we've got to go to bed. Like, cause every episode, like good, or the model is like, we'll do a little bit and leave a cliffhanger that makes you want to watch the next one. But to that point, I hadn't seen a show do it as good as Stranger Things was doing it, at least since I was a big Lost person back in the day, and in the heyday of Lost, the beginning, it's always like, oh, I want to watch the next one. I want to watch the next one, kind of a thing, But you could actually do that with Stranger Things right off the bat,
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just, and it hit all those vibes. It hit the horror vibes. Like it was like, I remember being like, it's telling people, describing it to them that first year. Like, it's like if you took Stephen King, Steven Spielberg, and who else did I say? Did I say I forget if I said, I think maybe just put them in a blender and just had them make something in the 80s. Was that what are you okay?
I don't know what the hell that was, but it just fell off my that was wild.
You say okay. It didn't fall towards you, so obviously, so you're okay. That's all
fell
we care.
behind. It was probably something.
It didn't fall on your
Will.
guitar playing hands, right?
No, it was Will. We're good. It was Will.
Man.
He just was hitting the wall. Yeah, man, I was in the
Will.
same position in terms of interest, obviously that first poster did evoke a lot of those same feelings. And I had heard
what's that supposed to mean, Nick? Sorry. What's that supposed to mean? Get out of here. You're dead.
I would look, and this is also true. Troy brought this up. We were all Pokemon Go did come out that summer as well. I'll never forget that.
Oh,
we're
nice.
all chasing Rattatas and Pidgeys, and this is my grandfather Cecil who passed.
I remember that.
Cecil. But yeah, no, it's weird, right? So many things happened that year in a cultural way, and this is one of the shows that exploded into the zeitgeist. And I will say as well, Jerry, it was that show that hooked you from that first episode. And Katie doesn't like scary things, and I'll never forget telling her come on, we have to watch it, not because everyone else is doing it, but because it's gonna mean something to us one day in terms of it being just a huge and popular show that we got to experience when it came out.
Right.
And I'll never forget, we watched that first episode, and that it was a cold open, obviously, like the show does. And it was the one of the scientist running down the hallway, freaking out, running down the hallway. And then he gets in the elevator and he's like, oh, I'm good, I'm safe. And then the Demogorgon whoop, picks him up. And it was just like,
I can't even do the names.
That was pretty good. It's just like Alien, felt just like you were watching Alien. And I was like, man, this is it for me. Cause I was set. She goes, nope, we're not going to watch it. I said, come on, let's just push through.
Just give it a little chance.
It is, it was amazing. And I mean that. It was that first season was insane. And I'll always say that first season might be one of the most spectacular seasons of television. I don't know if Star Wars will ever be able to touch it. And I mean that because it was so unique. It was so good. It was so different for the time. You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
TNT, I think Disney, I think a ton of people told the Duffer Brothers that they would not want to take on that show because not enough viewers were able to handle all the storylines at once. I'm like, that's insane because if anything, this most recent season proved it because it's yet again another smash hit. Every time a season
every season they put people they like divide into little groups and each group figures out a different part of everything. And it was a little different this season.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds very formulaic and everything, but it's just it seriously, I've not like no other show does it this good in my opinion. And I think I think a lot of people share that, honestly.
I agree.
Opinion.
Yeah. It's funny because you watch a show like this and I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like the writing is so well done for each character that
it's not just you.
You solve it as you go. And obviously most good shows should be that way, but damn, if this show doesn't do it the best. And I agree with my cousin Troy right here. It was the best season. We're going to talk about that on the beach next week, by the way. But it's just like, it's wild because, and I guess we can rank the season so far. I love season one. Season one will always be the perfect one in my heart. Season 4 is right up there in second place. Season 2 is in third place. And then season 3, which Eric and I actually watched it last summer because I hadn't seen it. And it was a good season. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, this most recent one was just absolutely unbelievable. 15 hours. 15 hours. Unreal. God.
I want to rewatch. Like I need to rewatch the whole thing because again, we're coming up to the end of everything. We'll get to, kind of.
Oh yeah.
Like, I guess before we get into too many spoiler territory or whatever, like most of you have seen it. Michael, it's fine. I know you work a lot of hours wrapping burritos and stuff, so we'll let it slide. But am I supposed to rank these? I don't like it's hard because
you don't have to. I was just thinking in terms of like how it got me interested. This was the one that like really set the tone for a lot of, what I like about this show. It returned to its roots in a weird way. It didn't feel as big. I mean, it was huge, but it didn't feel as big. I mean, you had them in different states and different countries at one point.
It did. Yeah. And honestly, to me, this felt, at least, I mean, this is the first season that's kind of got globe hopping. Like it's the first time we've really gone outside of the state they're even in. Like, well, I mean, I think they've gone outside their state, like in the third season and stuff, like just like they're in like Indiana and they went to like Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the first time we actually went like outside of the United States, like anywhere. Yeah. And that was wild. This season to me did feel bigger. It felt small and big at the same time, but like it felt like it was the stakes have never been higher.
That's true.
But I will have to say, I've been thinking about it and everything. And look, like you can't beat the first season. There's like little moments, and I'm going to ask you this question in a minute. I want to ask you a question in a minute, just kind of about the whole series overall, and then we'll kind of keep going from there. First season's great. Second season feels like Aliens to Alien.
Yeah. Yeah.
The third season to me, I think the third season is still my favorite. And I think that's controversial.
No.
Well, I mean, I've heard a lot of, just this year, I didn't hear it until this year. Like apparently there's a section of people who, which is fine. They were like, it's just whatever. I think it started getting like it got too sci-fi, it got too out of the realm. Like they liked it when it was smaller and it was just like, oh, it's just this, now it's getting like more like weird and crazy and off the wall and everything, like the Russians being in the mall and everything.
I want to talk about that.
Well, for me, season 3 hit all of my favorite 80s vibes.
Yeah.
You had the weird, like, and again, we can talk about season 3 because I think we talked a little bit about it.
Yeah, we
talked
have
on stream about it, but like, you had the weird goo and everything in the trailer. You know, you had like the weird, the crazy technology. You had all the body horror, which is probably it disturbed me. And also I love it because I'm a big fan. And again, I didn't watch this until like college. But I'm a big fan of The Thing, like John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of that in this, and just like that body horror, like the aliens and everything, what it did to like all the people of just all of that kind of like just really like touched up. Like, so I think there's a lot of what I really kind of love about the 80s and everything, you know, just that era of filmmaking, and just what I love about genre in season 3. And so that's just, anyway, that's a big one for me. I don't know. Season 3 is always going to be like, I think, hard to beat for me, but this one's great. Anyway,
it's funny you say that because I loved watching it when I watched it, and obviously there was some big moments, you know, especially with Max's brother Billy. Like that show really did take it to a different level with that season. But it's funny, I watched that first episode of that season with Katie next to me, and she got up like, I'm not. She said, I'm not.
Nick.
Katie said, I'm not interested in this season at all for season 3. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay. And she walked away, and I watched it with Eric that next day. But the reason I'm saying this is we watched the first episode of season 4 yesterday, and she was glued the whole time, even for it being as long as it is, you know, an hour and 15 minutes, glued the whole time. And we need to bring this up. I want to say this. I was so happy to even have this moment. Eric and I had watched it first. I watched the whole season. I'm rewatching with Katie, but they used Detroit Rock City in that first episode for the basketball D&D matchup. That was freaking awesome. Not in the 80s, cool. By the way. That album came out in 76. So I don't know why that was an interesting choice. They used Detroit Rock City. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, it existed in the time period. It's probably was their whole thing. Of course, I guess.
It's just funny. I was like, that was a cool choice of using that. So what I had on here, and I'll bring it up on the show notes, Gerry, was we were going to do a best favorite most fun episode. Now I don't know how well you recall these episodes, but I can give you the title of it, and I can also give you some big moments from it if you want.
Well, I'm going to say I might have to give you the moments and everything.
Okay, that's fine.
How we're going to do this and everything.
We could do moments. What would you consider to be your most favorite moment? Not your best moment. Your most favorite moment from this season.
Man, we're gonna start with me and everything.
Anything you? Oh, I can go.
I mean, if you want to, yeah.
My favorite moment of this whole season, and it's hard to choose because you watch a show like this, and it's a huge show. I mean, you have 15 hours. I think William said that 15 hours to choose from, and unbelievable, never unparalleled. If we had a Star Wars show that was that long, we would be sick to our stomachs. We would literally, I wouldn't know what to do with myself if we had a show that was that long. It all drops on one day, I would probably die. But we would just explode.
It was intense. It was intense trying to make it through the first half.
My most favorite moment, though, has to be when Eddie plays Master of Puppets, because their use of music on this show always finds a way to be well edited into the show. And the reason I'm saying that is because who would have thought that, you know, Kate Bush would then rechart when she never really charted that much in the 80s.
Right.
Like, what the hell? Metallica is more popular separate ways. And like, the reason why I like this so much is I'll go to school, and I'm not kidding, in August. Yeah. And some students like play Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush. I'll be like, you, and I knew that song before it was popular. I'm like, you're never gonna, like, that song didn't exist in your brain, but it existed in my brain, and now you're gonna want to hear it while I play it in class. Like, it's just God, it's insane. Or Master of Puppets, holy shit! Who would have thought?
Well, Master of Puppets. I just saw a meme on Facebook. Today's Facebook. I keep up with family on there. But it said it was like a Gen Z illegally downloading Master of Puppets to put in their TikToks, and it had and it says millennials, and it's like the meme of the monkey puppet or whatever, like the puppet like looking back, like
yes,
and it says Lars is coming for you and stuff, because like if you remember back in the day,
They don't know
because
about Napster.
Lars
Oh my
was
God.
absolutely like LimeWire and Napster and all that shit. Like
Napster.
he was like big against that.
Oh,
Like,
Gerry.
he came hard at it. But it was like that's so fun. That's so funny. It's
That's
like,
hilarious.
Yeah, it's like you better watch out. Like we're like you don't make Lars mad. Lars will not like just go buy the song on iTunes or get it on your like the app that you pay for that you get you get whatever music you want. Just
I
want to for it.
William, we'll explain that for William and Preston, who probably don't know. But in the early 2000s,
right. And I forgot until I saw this meme and I was like, oh, right. They hated that.
Before music was streamed, and I'm not trying to like be a teacher right now, because some people genuinely don't
be
know
a
this.
teacher.
Before music was streamed, before you could pay for an account to get music or even look it up on YouTube, you had to go through a software that was like a pirating software called LimeWire or an official software called Napster, and you could illegally download music that way. And like it was very sketchy because you could download like a high quality version of the song, a low quality version of the song. You had to look at how big the file sizes were to determine how much songs. Then you would take the songs and upload them essentially, or drag them onto your iPod Shuffle, which I wish I still had. I mean, like
that or burn that or drag into your iTunes
CD.
and burn a CD. You burn a CD.
But the reason I'm saying it,
I can't tell you how many burned CDs I had in my car whenever I wrecked. Dude, I wrecked a car and like all the CDs were in the floorboard anyway and everything. But they, like, so it's just like I almost killed myself. I almost got cut to pieces because of all the burned CDs I had.
So what's funny about that is obviously, you use a song like Master of Puppets and it's not on TikTok for that reason because of all of this. But it's just it works so that is hilarious. And I mean it's wild. Look it up. There was a huge lawsuit on it and everything, but that's freaking crad. I didn't even think about how this generation doesn't know that. That's nuts. We'll make that.
I mean, you don't know what like LimeWire, like Napster, like what I think Napster tried to make a comeback recently. Didn't
they did.
It? Like,
they did.
And
I think LimeWire actually came out with NFTs. They are an NFT company now, which is insane. Oh man. But that being said, that moment's my favorite moment with Eddie playing a guitar on the roof of the trailer. That was so freaking awesome. What's going on, Silver?
Damn good.
By the way, we have a bunch of people in the chat. We got Nick.
Nice to see you guys.
I brought that up there. We got Nick.
Listen. Nick's got some spicy opinions in the chat that like I've never had. Listen, I feel like the guy from that "How to Save a Life" song. Like, hey, did I go wrong? I lost a friend named Nick Milky. I'm just Nick.
Oh,
you're dead to me,
Lord,
sir.
this is a beautiful moment. Gerry, your favorite moment, bud?
That was great. Mike, it's because it's been more than a month since I saw the first season, right? Like it was like right after, or the first half, excuse me.
Well, the first half dropped when we were at Celebration.
It was when we were at Celebration, so I watched it the next weekend.
But that was a bad move because I'm like, Kenobi, I mean, like, those are two huge IPs competing, and I think Kenobi won as the most streamed show, if I'm not mistaken, in terms of ratings.
Yeah, but I mean, when you like, you got all of us Star Wars nerds watching and rewatching.
Of course.
And then you've got the rest of the world going, ooh, Stranger Things is out. Which is what I would have done if I was home. Like I would have watched Kenobi, whenever it came out. And then I would have went and like, done my thing with Stranger Things, binged it. But man, favorite moment or best, what was the best or favorite moment?
Favorite moment.
Man, it's hard because this is like a traumatizing season for me. I feel like there's a lot of trauma, especially in those last few episodes. Man, like a lot that like really sticks out to me is just like the like anything. Man, I guess I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna have to go a little white bread here. I don't know. No. This is my brain is short circuiting, Scotty.
It's okay.
I want to say a certain moment, but I think that might be actually the best moment for me. So I'm gonna save that.
Okay.
No, you know what? F it. When Vecna gets like that whole scene where Vecna gets, excuse me, man. I've forgotten everyone's names and everything. You guys, listen.
What are you drinking there?
Drano.
Pretty much.
So yeah. My head is absolutely empty right now. When Vecna gets Max, I want to keep wanting to call her Sam. I don't know why.
So running up that hill.
I don't know why I had like Sam stuck, but yeah, that's probably like anyway. I was like girl, boy name, kind of usually whatever I get. Max, it's Max.
This is how Gerry felt.
Yeah. Oh, dude, exactly. What the hell? I love you. And
just look at the bottom of Jerry's screen. That's how Gerry felt. The bottom left of his screen. Don't move him. Don't move him. Just leave him there.
That's what he is.
Anyway, so Vecna.
Kate Bush moment. The Kate Bush moment.
Yeah, God, that was
pretty great.
Insane.
Also, again,
insane.
I haven't had a chance to rewatch any of this. I need to rewatch because I can't remember. I remember there being like so much awesomeness and so much like I loved every little piece of it.
Yeah.
But obviously, it didn't mean that much because I can't remember shit. But no, like the Kate Bush moment was absolutely incredible. Any moment with what was it, Argyle?
Yeah,
and everything
stoner.
like that whole the stuff like whenever like the what that one government agency was coming after like Elle and everyone coming after them, and he pulls up playing that's when he pulls up playing past it.
Oh, that was amazing,
right?
And he goes, man, the buyers are having a party, they didn't invite me.
Yeah, and then he starts shooting and he's like,
no, so literally he pulls up and they're like, go, drive. Open the door. He's like, whoa, man, what's going on? Is that guy bleeding? And the guy's like, well, that guy's got a gun. And he's like, drive. And he's like, oh, he puts it so amazing. Don't you actually learn that because of that show.
Yeah.
I literally learned it.
Like, again, the music, like you were talking about the music. And honestly, you know what? I'm going to cheat. I'm going to say my favorite thing is just the way that they edit the music into this show.
Oh, man. I agree.
It's too perfect. In fact, the best into credits use of music, like from the show into the credits, I've ever seen it's been in the show, and it's the first season. It's the episode where Barb gets Barb gets got.
Yeah.
At the very end, and it starts playing was it
I want to know what love
Hazy Shade of Winter.
Oh, yes.
That's because it's like it's starting to play because it's got that dreamy like whatever sequence, and then it cuts to the credits as soon as the guitar hits like
yes,
so good. But that's not season 4. But like again, it had all of the music hits. All of the music is great. I loved the use of what was the song that it was in the trailer. They did like the kind of remix,
ways?
like slower version.
Ways.
Separate. The slower version of Separate Ways. They played actually in the show, which I wasn't expecting.
That was the
and it was the same way. It was like the very somber version. It was so good.
So good, man. It's funny, like with a show that has its own good, like actual, composed synth music on top of its already choice of music. Like
they had a lot. They had a lot of full orchestra pieces for this one too. It felt like.
Yeah.
Did you notice that there were a few full orchestra pieces?
Oh,
for, like when Elle was doing some, like again when she did Crash the Helicopter, incredible.
Incredible.
I was cheering. I was screaming. It was great. Crying. I honestly cried a lot this season. I cried a whole bunch.
Me too.
I cried hard a lot.
And it's part of it's the performance. I want to do, so we did favorite. Let's do most fun moment from this whole season to me was the Detroit Rock City Kiss D&D. Like that shit was awesome for me. Cause I'm like, I love Kiss and everything, but like to hear it and to think like, oh, my students have now heard that song in a way that wasn't in my classroom. Like it matters outside the barrier of a normal place. And I think about the kids that are watching this that are getting really good entertainment, and in the way that it's being told, especially in this format. Like, streaming is so simple to do. You can binge it or you can watch it every other night, and that's kind of part of the experience. What was your favorite? Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll just say just a little note to your students and everything. And again, like, I guess you don't have to. Like, I hear some people who are younger than me go like, I don't want to watch older stuff because it doesn't hold, like the special effects aren't great or not. Take a chance. Go look up some references that are made in Stranger Things that you liked.
Oh yeah.
And go watch some 80s films.
Seriously. Star Wars.
80s films.
Ton of Star Wars in this season.
Well, there's a lot of Star Wars, but there's like, every season has like, there's Ghostbusters in the second season. There, there's like Back to the Future references. There's
what was the line?
Like it's all over.
There was straight up. They said when Murray, no, it was either Murray or when Joyce pulled in, they said, I have a bad feeling about this. Literally straight up.
Oh, right.
When they drove through the Russian gates.
I might start rewatching this.
You need to, dude. I want to
rewatch
the perfect season. But then they had the other one in the first episode. There was a straight up quote from A New Hope, I think. Someone, Murray said it. Someone in this will remember exactly what I'm talking about. But there was a line straight up. Katie looked at me and goes, no, they did. And I'm like, yep, they straight up quoted A New Hope. But that's the thing, right? And I'm sorry, I cut your thing off. What was your most fun again? I didn't even get to it. I'm sorry.
It's fine. And I'm like right now I'm remembering another good use of music was the end of season 2 when they're at the dance and it's every move you make, I'll be watching you. Yeah. And it cuts to the upside down and the mind flayers that song still creeps me out a little bit because of
that was it. Justin said never tell me the odds during the D&D game.
Right. Big, and again, they're big. Like what they called El Lando in the first season and everything. Yes. Right? Like anyway. But besides that, there's like a ton of really good just references to a lot of 80s films. Go watch The Thing. Go watch. I mean, if you've seen Back to the Future, everyone's seen Back to the Future. But anyway, go watch a lot of that kind of stuff. But
your most favorite,
my favorite moment, or my most fun.
Most fun.
My most fun moment was the moment, I can't remember the exact exchange, but it's when they're on the plane with what's the dude who he captures Joyce and Murray. I forget his exact name. It's like it's very Russian.
Hold on, I'm gonna ask Google.
We're great. Scotty, you're catching my thing. What was that? What was the dude's name? Yuri. Thank you, Lauren.
Yuri.
We are professionals, semi-professionals. Yuri, when they're on Yuri's plane, and what is it like? He threatens that he's a black belt. Like Murray threatens that he's a black belt, and the whole time, like if you know Murray, you're like, all right, what's gonna happen?
Are you?
But it actually it freaking works, and he goes, and he gets like super jazzed, like
he's like 7. He's like, who's the only people you fought or sparred with? He's like 17-year-old.
Right. They build it up that he's like you're such a sad little man. And it's like, no, it actually works. Because I had those friends who were like, all right, weirdo, you did but no, you seriously, people who take that shit can mess you up. I love that whole thing because Murray is like low-key one of my favorite characters in the whole show since he was introduced in season 2. Yeah, he's gotten better every season. Like every season, he's like very annoyed. Like he feels like it put upon every time. Like when they walk in and he's like, you kids like risotto or something? And he's like watching like Joyce's kids for a
the best line was, how was the pullout? That's what he says to
from season 2.
Yeah, season 2.
That's the funniest line in the whole show, probably, because I remember losing because then Jonathan kind of eggs fall out of his mouth and stuff.
You choked. Oh, it was a great line, Nancy.
Murray is low key the great because I think he does a lot of that stuff on purpose. It feels like the character does,
of course.
But his whole thing with was Yuri the Russian guy from the second one too? Like the third season. Who was the Russian scientist?
I remember his name. His name was he had the Slurpee thing.
It's the Slurpee guy. It's in the tip. It's like it's right there. It's all in here.
I'm not looking. Someone's gonna put it in the chat. I'm not gonna look.
No, not yet. Not yet. We've got Yuri in there. We don't have Alexi.
That's it.
It's Alexi.
Damn it. That's it. Alexi.
Good
job, Jerry.
I got there. I mean,
Good
it's like the filing cabinets are a little covered in cobwebs right now. It's been like I'm really tired this week. Anyway.
Yeah.
But like, just I don't know, like Murray for some reason, like he really absolutely shined this season.
Oh, of course.
I think.
Of course.
And there's, I mean, even like I could even say the moment where like at the very end of the, I think it might be it's either in the final episode, like the finale, but whenever they're like bringing the last Demogorgon or whatever, and like Joyce and Hopper are trying to like, get through that gate so that they can like kill him. And
Jesus.
Murray pops over the edge. I forget what he says. He's like, like with the freaking flamethrower. Murray's goated. There's nothing you can do. Like the man, like he saved their asses whenever they went to the Russian base in the mall. He like the way that he like talks and he's like, oh, right.
But he's written
like,
perfect. He's written perfect.
Absolutely pitch perfect.
And that's one thing
he's
to say about the show. It sets it up because I forgot about the karate bit, but in the very first episode when Joyce calls him about the package, he's wearing his gi. He's wearing his gi and he's like, he's like ready to fight. And I'm like, oh my God, he got in the ice bath. I'm like, this is brilliant. But this show definitely deserves a rewatch for the most part because it's a lot. And if you binged it, it starts to blend together. Oh yeah, this season especially.
You're saying 15 hours. It's a lot of content and we got it separately.
Yeah.
So I would be interested to watch it again.
Yeah.
All together. So
of course. I also agree. Another most fun was when Nancy and Rob went undercover and they talked to that Mr. Burns dude.
That was pretty great.
Well, obviously, the guy, Victor Croft or whatever. It was Victor Croft or no? What was it?
Victor.
Yeah. No. Victor was the kid. Victor.
No. Shit. No, it was like, I feel like his name was Victor something. The guy like who like they pinned for the murder and everything.
Krell.
It was because it was Croft.
Creel.
Something Croft.
Victor Creel.
That's it. He was Victor Creel because I'm like, it's a very good horror movie name. Like a classic, like a John Carpenter.
Well, you know who played him, right? You know who played him with the oh my God, the guy that played Freddy.
Robert England. Robert England. Freddy Krueger himself. That was Freddy Krueger.
And apparently he sit in the tape. He wasn't even on the casting list. He's like, he got the script or he somehow got a hold of the script and he did it. And he like literally sent them a video from the bathtub of him doing it and like shaking. I'm like, that is insane because it was a one-off. And I don't know if you know this.
Pretty great.
In the credits, the very opening episode, they don't mention who it is. And at the very end, it said, Robert England. I'm like, oh my God, like, because you never do that. Like with this show and how the credits work, they never do it at the end in that way. It's never like a thing. But man, I was so impressed by that moment. That's a great moment. That is a great moment. Good job, Jerry.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Oh man. So what I would consider the best out of this whole entire series, the part that had me truly on the edge of my seat, tears in my eyes, is when Max is getting her arm snapped. Because the second that chime, dung, 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 and then you're like, no! And then her eyes roll back and they start to bleed. I was like, they can't kill her right now. And then she dies. And then like
they got so close. So close.
close.
Like I was like, I didn't think they were gonna go that far. And I'm like, no.
Oh my God. And she's breaking. And then literally like when Lucas is holding her in his arms, I might start tearing up right now. Jesus Christ. And 11 is like crying, holding her through the little, black realm, whatever you would call it. I was like, holy shit. And Mike's like, I love you, Al. I love you. I'm like, why is this building so well? And you know what's crazy?
Layer upon layer upon layer of absolute.
But at the same exact time,
terrible trauma.
You've got the Molotov cocktail getting thrown at Vecna. I was like,
my Ecto-1 off the thing.
I mean, this shit built so well, and I mean that. And like, obviously we're big fans of just how these stories always wrap up. But this is the first season where they were all not really together. They were in a metaphysical sense, but like they weren't all together. In terms of story, they weren't.
They ended up not meeting up at the end.
Yeah,
technically.
God,
they all kind of got there because they were too far away. That was an interesting way. Yep. Oh man, me too. No, you know what the best freaking part was? When that white a-hole who Mr. White Privilege, captain of the football team, who was mad that his girlfriend was the guy who was after Eddie because he's like, oh, he killed my girlfriend because she don't smoke weed and stuff like that. Which we got to talk about how sweet that relationship was, but for that little moment of Eddie and Chrissy, oh my god. But whenever all that's happening and the third, basically that death happens, Max dies for a minute, and it opens up the upside down opens up, the portal opens up, split him right in freaking half. Was the best. I was like, because I was like it's like you're in the middle of I'm ugly crying, bad ugly crying.
Too.
I actually saw a someone posted on Twitter. It was like, if you know, you know. It's like watching. And they posted the picture of Lucas holding Max crying, and it's like the Tobey Maguire from Spider-Man when Uncle Ben's dying. Like the crying face. It's like a memed and everything. And then it shows the guy getting cut in half, and it someone had photoshopped a smile on his face, and so I don't know. That was just very, very, very cathartic. We were all waiting for it. Jason, was that his name? Yeah. F that guy. That was man. Yes, when the kids sneak out to go to Eddie's trailer, that was a good moment. I don't know, just there was so much about that scene, and honestly, if I had to say what the best part of it was, honestly, I was going for that same moment, Scotty, and so
I agree.
Just the way that they build, like you said, they build that emotion.
They do.
They build to a point to where they go past where you think they're gonna go. That's because you think you have it. That was the brilliance. Is you think you have it. She can't die because
or
she's almost already been gotten.
Because what they figured out, that it's gonna go into that X formation. It's gonna go right through Hawkins. It's funny, and this is maybe something that Katie might not like when she watches because I just know her. But I loved about the first season of the show was the fact that it felt believable. That shit could have really happened in that small town. And it would have been under the table government, issue. The second season, same exact way. The third season, when it's got ridiculous, and this season just kind of goes back to the first and second season. But then there's that
a little bit, but it
the ending
blows the doors off of everything.
God, and it's so funny. You watch a show like this, and we're already 50 minutes in. We've only gotten through one note on the show notes. Oh my God!
No, okay.
We've talked about a lot of it, but I agree that is just the best to me. I mean, that shit just works so well, man. It just does.
This right here was absolutely beautiful. They had when they finally had their kiss and everything. And I mean, they're going absolute. They're about to go effing bananas in that. They do go effing bananas in that church with all the contraband and stuff.
Yeah.
It's you just go off. Just please, just give them some time to be happy, please. Just a little bit of time. But what really got me was at the very end when Hopper and Elle are reunited. I was destroyed. A mess. You guys know how I react to that kind of stuff. I'm a dad, especially girl dads, single girl dad stuff. I'm done.
Unreal.
Absolutely wrecks me.
Unreal. Well, how about her getting bullied by Angela those first couple episodes? Your dad's not your hero. I was like, please don't do this to her, because she had no power. She couldn't stop her. And
well, and like I felt so bad because she's like, again, like, she's like, all she knows is that.
Yeah,
and like when there's nothing to back that up, it is weird as hell. And it's like, oh, you want to just like hug her and everything. And like Will was being kind, but at the same time was annoyed. It was an interesting dynamic and everything. They felt more like siblings.
Yeah.
In this.
God, it works so well. And
dude, when she hits her with the effing skate, I was like, yes. But then also it's like, okay, that is it's not great. But she was like I don't know.
I was cutting you off.
No. You're just the whole thing that like that the girl was asking for it. But at the same time, that's obviously not the way you should handle things. But you feel for Elle because it's like
she had a milkshake dumped on her by all these assholes. I want to beat the shit out of that little girl.
Well, they were like, oh man, I would have absolutely like chewed the hell out of those kids. Like if they like either my like inner youth minister from back like years ago was like, oh man, when they like did the whole thing, they like were surrounding her.
Yeah,
I would have like been embarrassing all of them.
God,
and everything, like sitting them down, just telling them how pathetic they are and things like that. Like anyway, I was ready to go to bat for my girl Elle because again, I have an Elle. And stuff like that. She doesn't have mind powers that I know of yet.
That was a hard thing to watch. That was wild. That being said, this kind of does tie into what some people are saying in the chat too. I wanted to bring this up. Who do you identify with this show? This is one of those shows that I think that everyone can see a little bit of themselves in each character, but there's like one or two characters that truly stand out to me that I can just like, I empathize with that. I kind of get it. Jerry, do you have one really? Do you want me to go first? Because I have one the back of my brain already.
Go ahead because you've got one off the cuff, and I just kind of like rambled on about how I wanted to chew out a bunch of kids. So
I want to beat them up. I identified a lot with Eddie in this season, not because I've ever been like a badass on the run kind of guy, but like in high school, I listened to metal, listened to a lot of rock. I was definitely different. I didn't have tattoos or anything. I had a Rolling Stones necklace that I would wear every day to school. At a Catholic school, that's kind of edgy for the most part, but like, it's the tongue and that classic logo. But like, I identify with that character a lot. And then there's the part where there was the while when I was in high school, when I was single, I identified a lot with Steve because I didn't know where I wanted to go with my life. I felt like I had everything already. I had all the friends I needed. I felt like I had, the house everyone came and hung out at after school. Like I just had that, but I didn't know who I was in those moments. And like, I was confident with the person I was, but I wasn't like, is this what I really want? And Steve kind of went through that journey in this season as well. So those two characters I like wholly identify with in like every way, just like the kind of weirdly respected person, but also the person that like has those kind of theatrical desires and is kind of like out there like Eddie, kind of dramatic and ridiculous. So I agree.
You know what's amazing? That's absolutely perfect. Like it's and I mean even in the chat, we got Lauren saying, Robin and Max to her, and also Will.
Will's a great one.
But it really, like you said, like which characters, plural, because I mean, it honestly, like they're all so relatable.
Yeah.
There are different pieces of them. Like it's like, and maybe you can like identify to just one singular one, but I feel like there's pieces of a lot of characters you can kind of make a cocktail of. This is kind of what I feel really. They just do a good job of really making you identify with every single person. Every single person is human.
Yeah.
And you just really feel for it. I feel for them. But I'd say I'd probably have to say, I mean, obviously off the top, my parental side really identifies with Joyce and then Hopper.
Oh God. Hopper.
Joyce and Hopper.
All he wants is to get the hell out of there. That's all he wants.
He just wants to be with he just wants to be with Elle.
But then he comes to terms with death. How crazy is that? Whenever they're all eating the meal, and he's like, no. I've seen these things. I know how they are.
Well, like not necessarily come to terms of death. He's like, no. They're fattening you up. Like, like he's the only like he knew it was up. Like I don't think in fact I didn't think he was like ready for death. I thought he was like, he's like, I think I can get out of this because like I fought these things. Like, I know. Like, this is first season shit. I'm fine, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I've like, look, I fought the ghost spider and the doggies, the dog versions, and then I've also fought the ghost spider in a flesh robot. So we're good. I'm good. Y'all are gonna die, but you know, whatever. You're red shirts. But no, I mean, and not necessarily in that respect. Like, I just the parentalness of mainly, and honestly, mainly Joyce. I feel like I'm more of like a Joyce when it comes to parental kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Because Hopper was a little more like, I don't like a little more like, you know, like, I mean, I haven't had to be like Hopper. I haven't had a teenage girl yet.
Sure.
So,
Yet.
But, and again, one of my favorite characters all time, world's best babysitter, Steve Harrington.
Steve. God,
you talk about Steve. Like you identify with like I kind of like right now in my place in life. And I wish I had the looks of a Steve Harrington, but anyway, a gorgeous man. Great hair too. Anyway,
but it's funny. We'll get to this later. I'll talk about Steve later. I love Steve.
Real quick. Yeah, we'll go off on Steve, but just real quick, just the whole, like you said, not knowing where you belong and everything. Yeah. That's kind of like, I feel like I'm in that position in life now, like later in life. It's odd. But that kind of, I identify with that, like kind of a, you know, like a, listen, I'm true to my friends, you know, I'm going to be like, you know, I am I'm loyal, all that kind of stuff. You know, I'll fight for the people I need to fight for. But also I don't know where I'm going in life. You know, I don't know what's going on. And I just really identify with that version of Steve and
That's
everything. And the way that he's gone from like, you know, he was the popular guy to now he's just like, I don't know, like, what is he doing? You know, like he's not, he's kind of floating.
Yeah.
He's kind of floating. I mean, I love him and Robin together, by the way, just as an aside.
Great
they're
duo.
One of a great duo, such a great friendship. And I love that Steve is so supportive of her as again, a lesbian in the 80s and everything, you know, and like the talks that they had, like it's so endearing and that was a great moment. Like, we both like boobies. I like them.
She likes them. Boobies, yeah. It's no just one calls his Ridgemont High at, you know, I was like, that's amazing. Boobies, but, Robin.
Like, just like, I just thought he was very, like, he's like, I love that, you know, he's got like that, like Steve Harrington is an ally, okay?
Yes.
And that was effing incredible.
Oh, man.
I guess you could call him a himbo. I don't know if I'd call him a himbo. I feel like he's more like, you know, like I don't know. He's a really cool dude. Anyway, but I think everyone wants to be Steve Harrington. Anyway.
Of course.
Like, that's who you want to be. Y'all want to be Steve Harrington. No one wants Steve to die.
Well,
everyone wants to be Steve Harrington.
Of course. And I was so afraid he was going to die in this season when he got bit by the bats. I'm like, they're going to kill him.
When he goes through the thing. By the way, how terrifying was it that they had to go through that like gate,
the water
one
of
the lake?
Holy shit!
Oh, I was still, like the whole time. I'm like, I do not have half the guts of these kids.
No,
even in the first effing season, I'm like,
oh
no.
My god.
I mean, maybe if like we had like a group of like, if we get the goons together and we're all like, like, hey, we got to take care of these interdimensional monsters here. Like, all right, maybe we'll do this. Okay. Michael likes D&D. He just doesn't like Stranger Things. That's right. What it is.
That's right. That's fair.
So maybe Michael will be able to help us a little bit. We'll see.
So I'm looking out at this too, because this is a weird thing for us, Jerry. We've been through so much in the last 6 years since this first season aired a long time ago. But it's weird to watch these kids grow up. Now, I know there's a bunch of actors like that. Macaulay Culkin, Drew Barrymore, Christian Bale's even one of them. That you kind of, Corey Feldman, that when you grow up, you know, they grow up with you. And you kind of had that in the 80s and the 90s, Jerry. I haven't had that so much, but like watching these kids grow up and become amazing actors. And they were great when they were kids. They were phenomenal as children. But like even as adults, like Sadie Sink, I always told this to Katie. I said, Katie, you're really good at giving me that like bitch face when you're mad. And I told her that. I'm like, you're like pro at it. Like she's like,
Katie's
so good.
That was good. That was good. And look, I won't call it the bitch face. I'll call it the Katie is done with your shit face. That's what I'll call it.
But Sadie Sink as a Max doesn't even. I'm gonna pull up a photo of it because I was like, holy shit! Like I have never.
I don't want to mess with it. Like she's got so
No!
many moments. I'm like back off of her.
I mean, like it is
Leave her
maybe
alone.
the meanest look I have ever seen from anyone. I'm like, how does she do it? I'm gonna see if I can find a screenshot of it. Hold on.
Find that. Don't worry, Michael. We're just talking. We're talking bad about you because you haven't watched Stranger Things. It's fine. We're the cool kids.
I'm gonna pull it up on YouTube and get a screenshot of it. I was
we're
like,
all in the spoilers, Katie. Go away. We're all in the spoilers.
Katie's in here. Katie, we are in
no
spoilers. Do not watch this.
We're doing full spoilers.
Do not watch this.
This is a full spoiler chat.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find okay, hallway scene.
You got it?
Nah, hold on. I'm not gonna play the thing.
Keep running up that hill.
Hallway. Okay, wait. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. There you go. Oh, I'll get a screenshot of it. This is the meanest face in the known universe. Hold on. Let me see if I can find a good.
No, that wasn't. I'm sorry, that wasn't it, right?
So there's a scene where she sees Lucas, and Lucas makes eye contact with her. Woo! It is a mean face. God, hold on. Terrifying. Hold on. I have to get rid of one of the thumbnails.
I mean, Lucas deserved a lot of those things, you know.
From here, let me get. Oh, Lucas definitely did. I'm getting rid of a thumbnail. All right, there we go. I'm gonna add this one in. God, this is a look, man. Like if I got this from a girl in high school, I would have been terrified of her. Hold on, here it is. Getting it pulled up. This is a mean look. That is a mean ass look. God.
To me, that's like a get the hell away. What the hell are you doing? Like, why are you here?
But yeah, that's the bitch face, man. Yeah. I'm so mad. I'd be mad too. But like, God, I have never seen the scorn so strong in someone before. Let's look at that. I got another screenshot. This is an even better one.
She's got some great looks.
Jeez, look at this
fantastic
one.
Looks.
I'm just kidding. Oh man.
We love our Michael Chiklis job here.
We do. He's goated. Let me get rid of another image in our brand page. This is the other one. This is the one that gave me chills because I'm like, I am just so scared of a 19-year-old right now. And I know she's supposed to be playing like a 14 or 15-year-old, but I was like, I am just so scared. Like, God, Jesus, that is the I have never seen a look so angry before. My God. Anyway, I mean that's a mean ass look. Sorry. I had to talk about it.
It's fine.
It freaked me out. I was like, man, I know a mean look, and that is God. That freaked me out.
Scotty gets a lot of those.
I do. I do get those often. One of the things I wrote in here is Vecna. Okay. I Katie, you have to leave. If you're watching this, you're making a huge mistake.
Katie, get the hell out. I love you. This is an environment of welcoming. Get the hell out.
The fact that, and this is something I think is very hard to do, and I want to do a tangent real quick on this. Besides the
go
bitch
off,
face.
King.
Okay, thanks, baby. This show has found a way to rewrite itself towards the end of this fourth season. Now, not saying none of anything that came before negated it, and maybe the Duffer Brothers found a loophole around it because it's their own show. It's it's their own IP. Right. But like for them to make Vecna the villain the entire time, and they didn't really drop Easter eggs in the first, second, or third season, except for the fact that there was a clock. Like in the editing of those shows, I don't know if it was for drama reasons, if it was for something else, but like when Will falls off the, you don't know about this?
I haven't looked up that.
Hopefully we won't get copyrighted. I'm gonna pull it up and show you.
Fine.
Hold on.
You can describe it.
I want to show you. Hold on. Vecna, in all seasons. Hold on. Where's it at? I saw a YouTube clip of it. Okay, I'll just have to describe it to you. So I'll just describe it to you. In season 1, when Will falls off the bike and he looks back and sees the Demogorgon, which I don't think was the Demogorgon now because it looks too different. It's like standing in a weird position. I think it might have been Vecna in some weird capacity. But when she sees it, you hear a very faint, a very faint clock dong. And then when Hopper's in the upside down, the camera flips in season 2 under the pumpkin patch, clock bell dong. And then when Billy sees the crowd of people walking from the upside down in that weird little realm he's in, clock bell noise.
Really?
This show,
Okay.
yes. Now, obviously, movies in the 80s and the 90s kind of did that to make it dramatic, and it could have just been sound effects too.
Right.
But the reason I'm saying all that is because they found a way to rewrite this whole show with 11 not having any, I guess lab mates or whatever you would call them, experiment mates,
Right.
In the Hawkins, place, like the Hawkins lab.
Hawkins lab.
Yeah, but like the fact that they ended up rewriting it because the first scene she kills them or Vecna kills them, unbelievable. And the fact that Vecna is, of course, as mentioned in the chat, Henry and 1.
Vecna / Henry / 1.
God, and
they
Vecna,
put the slash in there. Yeah.
Vecna being the puppet master behind all of it. That not
Katie,
even
you better be gone. You better be gone.
You better be gone because this is the best twist. I was like,
you're ruining all of it. You're ruining everything.
I thought it was also brilliant that like once, and this is going to answer your question, Sam. Vecna did not. I guess Vecna did, but I don't know if you noticed this. They didn't talk about this at all.
I
But
don't
in the
think
Russian,
so. I thought
in the Russian camp, they had another dust like cloud thing that was moving. But when Vecna went into the upside down, he saw that he could manifest a Black Widow in the shape of a mind flare. So I think he harnessed their energy.
Maybe I feel like I
mean,
I read that as I read it as that was an existing entity.
Yeah.
That all of the entities,
that he took control of, but he controlled it. So like, is the upside down a place of pure evil, or is it him manipulating the upside down? I mean, it was nuts.
I've got to rewatch the whole you need to the whole series needs a rewatch. Frankly.
I agree. It's so good.
It's very good. Michael, get on it. Why are you watching this right now?
Michael
you should
really
be watching Stranger Things.
Michael would love it for that, for literally
really
that
would.
picture of Max alone. Just look at that.
Look at that.
That's
Michael's thing. That is so Michael's shit.
God, it's just so angry. Jesus, I
Look at
love it.
Look at it.
That is one mean. God, that's a mean look. God, and
he
so
took control and created the
yes,
mind flare.
because
So
he's
yeah,
the one that formed it.
that entity was there, but it wasn't quote unquote the mind flare.
No,
because it was
because
propelled
he
by
loved
him.
Black Widows, and he had enough. He identified with them. Something so beautiful, so isolated. I'm like, oh my God! And the house moment was huge, and the fact that that he became kind of attuned with the house, and the fact that they had Black Widows into the house. I mean, like they did a horror film. They really did a
whole horror film.
Scary Mansion movie. Like
Ghost Story
was wild.
They did a remake
Killing of Teenagers.
They did a better remake of Nightmare on Elm Street than the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes.
So.
God, man. I love that.
And I honestly haven't seen most of the old Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I feel like we need to rewatch them. I feel like I want to rewatch them. Or watch them. Actually.
I agree. We could do it for Patreon, maybe. Live watch.
Maybe you guys want to watch some spooky
get scared.
Get some spooky yuki with us.
But yeah, man, it's weird.
Sweet fresh meat. Like, I know that's a line from one. I don't know exactly.
Is.
Like, yeah, sweet fresh meat. Anyway,
I just think it's brilliant. They rewrote the whole show in this season, and not in a bad way. Not like let's fix this, but let's actually tie it together. I'm like, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
God,
not that they haven't felt tied together.
No,
at all, but just to go. Every season's revealed like a new layer.
Yes,
of things, and I did see someone go. I've seen one person who did not like that they revealed Vecna as behind everything, like even the mind flayer, because they liked the whole Eldritch God thing, which I mean, me too.
Sure.
It's great.
But it kind of grounds the show now.
It grounds it, but also like I don't think that's entirely not true because I mean it's almost like these ancient things that now have this evil consciousness behind them and everything. You know, it's already, I don't think they were like super friendly and nice.
No, I don't know.
You know,
I don't know.
They were
And that's a weird
vicious,
idea.
mindless monsters. Like they are old gods in a sense, like in the way that, like, you know, that kind of Lovecraftian way of like, you know, it's just like it's these unknowable, like weird things that are like ancient and want to kill you.
So
It's
something
still
else
that.
too that comes into mind with this show is like you look at something like the Upside Down and it makes it a little bit more fascinating. Like I was literally about to bring it up. It's the fact that, like, you know, when Will went missing is when the Upside Down was there. Why is it stuck at that date? Nancy even says that, like, it's 1983. Like, why is it stuck in this time period? And like, you know, the best is when the second Will steps into Hawkins, he's like, what is that feeling? You know, why am I feeling this way again? Well, because the Upside Down's still alive, and so is Vecna. And like, I'm just fascinated with how they pulled it off with this season in that way, you know? And this season could have been 2 separate seasons for the most part, but like 15 hours with the content is pretty insane. And also,
It's insane.
it makes sense why Hawkins is the Upside Down, because that's where Vecna was from. Like it just, it kind of clicks there.
What I was going to say, like he goes there and it's not that. And then it seems like he creates this dark version of the world and everything. No other people. It's just these creatures and Vecna.
Yep.
Let's see here.
It's just odd.
We got any more questions? What do we got here?
The Upside Down is
right.
Okay. That's also true.
I think that's probably what is going to eventually be fully revealed and everything.
This is amazing. This is Potathon from last year, November, which is just a great day. That's when Paul Stanley showed up on Force Connect. That's incredible. Oh my god. But it's weird, right? Like maybe he did. We don't know. We really don't know the answers to that yet. Truly,
not fully.
And then the Duffer Brothers said that's the whole basis of season 5 is like, and I love this, by the way. We'll get to the very end and then talk about a few things out the season, but like the finale being them having that Rise of Skywalker, looking at Death Star 2, you know, sunk into the water. Like, how are we going to overcome this? You know, and like they're all on the hill looking, and it's a huge moment. And
that was very like that's the most like manufactured moment in any of the seasons. If you if that makes sense, it's like that felt like it. That's the most staged thing I've seen, but I didn't hate. I'm not like hating on it. I loved it. Like, I think that was earned. Absolutely. To me, that's like, here's season 5. And I have, apparently there's been like interviews with the Duffer Brothers. Like,
oh yeah, they've talked about it.
It's all action. Like they're still writing, but basically all the setup for the next season, it's done.
It's done. You don't
have to like have a big, like figuring out the mystery. It's I guess the mystery will be exactly what is the Upside Down. And why is he trying to bring it here? Like, why is he like he's trying to get back? Has that been this whole thing?
Yeah.
Did he have to create this version of Hawkins so that he could open the port? Like, what? That's going to be those are going to be the mysteries in the next season. But the action is going to be like right there.
They also said how they want to return back to season 1 kind of formula with like them all solving a mystery, because this is the first time they've all been together. And I'm like, God, because I missed that
which is Rise of Skywalker.
It is. And like, I love the fact that they had, you know, everyone join back at the end. You had the weird tensions kind of getting relieved. But like the one thing this season lacked is all of them having that huge aha moment together, not metaphysically together, but truly together. And if the next season starts off with them like Dustin where he's at, and you know, Steve and the whole crew were there, like doing the help with the donating, like, bruh, this next season is going to be unstoppable. And I hope and pray, I don't think they're going to do it, but if Netflix did how I want them to do it, is did a volume 1 and a volume 2 for the most part. But if they drop the finale in a theater, that would be that would shatter everything. That would change. That would be the highest grossing movie of all time. It really would.
I mean, you could
really
that.
could.
Like, you literally could. Hold on here. I don't think Will did. I think that Elle sent him there, and I think Elle opened the door back up, because that's the whole, you know, Elle opens up that gate when they keep forcing her to go back and everything.
Yep.
And I love that we had that whole we have the return of Papa.
Yep.
And him
God.
the whole last
Michael
episode with him
Modine.
where she gets to actually talk to him and yell at him and go, "Were you just sending me in there to look for him?"
And he's like,
what were you wanting me to do? It's a lot of good things. Get Katie, go the hell away if you're still here. I don't
agree.
think you are. She's not here.
No,
but
Papa,
I hope she's not.
Papa, but also the return of old Doctor damn it, someone's gonna get it.
Right, well, he was in the 3rd season too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he
for
was
a little bit.
Brief, very brief, super brief.
I forget that, but again, the doctor we like,
Paul Reiser,
the doctor who's nice, the
Paul
doctor
Reiser.
we like, who is
but
nice
also
and
reveal.
takes care of the kids and everything.
He says straight up, he's like, "Should we tell her the truth? Do we tell her the truth? Brenner?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, what is the truth? Because there's a reason, her mom got separated from him. God, this show is so good, and I hate to know, it is coming to an end, but they have announced there's going to be spinoffs of this universe, which is nice to know.
That was another thing I was going to talk about. Is even though apparently it's ending with these characters, we're going to keep going, which feels weird because I don't know what Stranger Things looks like without Steve Harrington.
I agree.
Or anyone else, seems like they should just be going to every place that a gate opens up and taking care of business. That's what it should be. That should be the show from here on out.
The general,
make them the
his story didn't wrap up except for the helicopter crashing, but he's still around out there looking for Elle. So you got to think about that. Remember the general that's tormenting Brenner's people? Brilliant. God, I love the governmental interplay, because we've heard that that's a real thing when it comes to things that take place.
The different agencies and stuff.
Yeah, different agencies going after each other. God.
What I love about this show is that it takes a lot of that conspiracy type stuff, not the type of conspiracy that make people storm capitals, but the type of conspiracy about government cover-ups of aliens and different paranormal things like that, and Men in Black and things. You guys know I'm big into that kind of stuff. This really kind of plays into that, because these people are almost the Men in Black if they were a government agency. You know what I mean? That's what everyone who helps Brenner out and all of them, they feel that's how shadowy they feel.
Oh yeah. Well, this season 2 had a lot more of that.
They were almost the good guys this season, which is weird.
Yes, which is so weird. Had a lot of that espionage kind of feel where we have to sneak you around here. We're at a gate underground, James Bond kind of moments. And dude, the parallel to A New Hope, when the literal army are coming in, and then the rebels, the ones that are going against, that are helping Elle, kind of like Princess Leia, are the ones that are shooting, and they're having a hallway, shoot down.
Right. Right.
And then the general walks in kind of like Vader. I'm like, this is nuts. They're straight up paralleling. Eric Kahneman
that's where I was. That's literally where I was when it happened. This is so A New Hope. This is just it's like the stormtroopers walking in on the rebels.
Yes. Yes. I like this.
So good.
Gerry is huge into black men. Sorry, I meant men in black. So
welcome, Steve. Welcome back. Good to see you, my friend.
By the way, I love this because Eric is not a stoner by any means. He's the furthest thing from it. And he doesn't drink or smoke or do anything like that. But just the hair and even the kind of chill vibe, very Eric Kahneman. Argyle is the best.
Argyle is Eric Kahneman. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. I actually called the number on the pizza van. I don't know if you've done that yet. Have you?
I haven't done that yet. I've heard that's fun.
Let me see if I can find it real quick.
You said you haven't done it?
Oh, I have. I've done it. Let me see if I can find it. I called it. And,
can we play that on the air?
Yeah, we can. I don't think it'd be a problem. Hold on. Actually, I'll look it up real quick. What was the pizza? Surfer Boy Pizza?
It was Surfer Boy Pizza. So I love that they go to the other location, and that's where they that last little hurrah with Elle. That's how they get her deprivation tank. Yeah.
Oh, that part was amazing. It's 80545 pizza. So that's 74992. Here we go.
Nick tried calling it, said it was busy every time.
Josh. Surfer Boy Pizza. This is Argyle speaking. We make everything fresh here at Surfer Boy, except for our pineapple, which comes from a can. But I still highly recommend slapping some juicy pineapple on your pie. Oh, fruit on your pizza's gnarly, you say. Well, I say try before you deny. Hello?
I think if you call it every time,
That's
it's a different voicemail.
Try before you deny.
Dude, and it's in
that.
St. Louis. It's in San Luis,
yeah,
Obispo, California. That's hilarious.
So let me say, so pineapple on pizza, yay or nay, Scotty?
Hold on.
We make everything fresh here at Surfer Boy, except for our pineapple, which comes from a can. But I still
I
highly
think there was
recommend
two different
slapping
ones.
some juicy pineapple on your pie.
Let's see.
Fruit on your pizza's gnarly, you say. Well, I say try before you deny. Hello?
Hold on. I
that's
swear
good.
there was I
Hello?
swear there was two of them, but I listened to a longer one yesterday or the other day. But man, I love it. So
Pineapple
funny.
on pizza. Pineapple on pizza, yay or nay?
Never done it.
Really?
Really?
I will say I can do it. I'm not against it. It's not my favorite, but it's good.
I'm gonna get it.
You can
So
you can unsubscribe, it's fine. Whatever. But just
I'm gonna
again,
break-
try before you deny.
Bruh. I'm gonna break William's heart. I had planned to do a pizza stream this week, that the most previous last Wednesday, yesterday. Couldn't pull it off. Took Katie out on a date. But next week I'll be out of town. Obviously, Jerry and I might be taking a Bombadcast break just next week.
We might be doing Bombad summer vacation. We'll probably have some Patreon content coming for our patrons. So if you're not a part of the Patreon, go ahead and go join that. And Scotty might be broadcasting from the beach. Maybe I'll have something going on. I'm gonna be getting ready for my big return of Hyperfocus with him. But
not this Saturday, but next Saturday. But the reason I bring it up, I want to do a pizza stream. I want to do a pizza stream whenever I'm back from we have an interview with Adam Christopher that we're gonna pre-record. But I want to do our pizza stream that evening.
We should do you try pineapple on pizza or something.
Oh, I'm down. I'd love it.
And I'll get a pineapple pizza as well, and just just to say I did.
You just sit here and vibe, man. So the last thing,
try before you deny, bro.
I wanna I guess finalize with this whole discussion, which I've had a great time talking to you, Jerry. Is the Duffer Brothers need to make a Star Wars? I don't care what you say, but this show is the most successful show in the world for this reason. It's got teenagers watching it. It's got people our age.
I thought you were going to start listing things in the show. It's got teenagers. It's got pizza.
I love William. Don't get me wrong. And I love my students that are in that teenage bracket, but they don't watch The Mandalorian. They don't want, not all of them do, but this show seems to literally, at least to me personally, seems to truly captivate everyone that watches it. And if you don't really get captivated by it, kind of surprises me. And I mean that because it's such a damn good show, but they need a Star Wars, y'all. Imagine if they can write amazing monologues for Star Wars, like the one Will has with 11. Oh my God.
Listen, and it's almost going to be like it's not the Duffer Brothers doing Skeleton Crew.
No,
and I mean, they don't have to just work with children. I think everyone's kind of relegating them to that. I think they just do awesome with a group of characters.
Yep.
Give them a movie or a show or whatever. But yeah, give them a Star Wars movie and give them let's have a brand new cast of characters we've never met before. And I guarantee you'll absolutely fall in love with all those characters.
I agree.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, that's what Spielberg did with E.T. so well. That's kind of part of it.
Stranger Things is like a love letter to found family. And what is Star Wars except for found family? It literally is. It literally is like a love letter to found family. The whole entire show. If that's something you enjoy about Star Wars, try Stranger Things, please.
Exactly.
Again, like you said, it does. It surprises me when someone is like, no, I don't want to, I don't like it.
Well, it even does the father thing.
It is fine.
It does the, who's a better, do you love your biological father or your found father? Think about Rey with Palpatine and, grandfather and the people that she looked up to, like the Skywalkers. It does a lot of that show. The last thing I want to talk about, obviously, we do love the Duffer Brothers. I want to send this in the chat. Chat, you can answer. And this is something that Nick asked us. What is the song that will save us from Vecna? So chat, you give us your answers. We'll give you
Give
ours.
us your answers.
Jerry, have you thought about your song? What will be the song that saves you from that hell that is the Upside Down in Vecna?
It's honestly like my favorite song changes just about every week. It's like I've got like a ton of songs that I love. It depends on the mood that I'm in. And so it's probably going to be something maybe pop punk and everything like that, you know, like maybe something very emo. What was that, buddy? I'm sorry.
Well, what's something you return to? Like you said, pop punk you grew up with.
Right.
Is that something you return to that would save you?
If I have to pick something that I feel like is going to absolutely like it's going to bring me back no matter what.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to go. Man, this is tough. I think I'm going to have to go with is it oh man, this is tough. I'm going to go with Brain Stew.
Brain Stew. Hell yeah, Jerry.
Or I'm Not Okay, I Promise. But that's a great, yes. I love it.
God, that's a good one.
So good.
That's a good one.
So good. It's classic.
God.
But you know, maybe like, you know, again, like from 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge or whatever it is, the very emo My Chemical Romance.
Oh, dude.
The I'm Not Okay, I Promise. That song effing rocks every time. Like I will blast that song. And I mean, I've got newer songs. Like I found a band called Nicholas Rage.
Yeah.
That has one of my favorite songs of all time right now. But again, to save me from Vecna, it's probably going to have to be something like one of those.
God, that's a good song. That's a good song. I know mine.
Thank you.
I know mine
What's
instantly.
up? What do you got?
I'll tell you a story. I would listen to this song before because as a teacher, you got to take certification tests to make sure you have your certification to teach. And they were expensive tests. You could only take them like 4 times in a year. Like a lot of it weighed on if you could get your career. And even worse, as a student in education, you know, to be a teacher, you had to get it to pass to your next grade or your next, you know, academic study. So like my junior year at college, I had to take all 4 of my practices. I had to take middle school science, middle school history, middle school pedagogical learning, and then the overall praxis because I didn't do well on my ACT. So I took all 4 of them, $150 each. Before each one of them, I played the same song. And it was kind of like my Vecna moment because growing up, I always thought that like I was the not so smart person in class. And I have proof that I really wasn't. I always made like C's and D's at school. But the fact that I could go ahead and be a good enough teacher to be able to teach it instead of, you know, having to learn it. And I do know a lot about science, don't get me wrong, but like a lot of things change when you're in college for anyone that has not been or is going to go or is still young. But like college, your brain kind of either clicks or doesn't click. So the reason I'm bringing all that up is because my song was Cherub Rock by the Smashing Pumpkins. And I don't know if you've heard that song. That is the one that goes.
Give us a little. Okay.
Freak out, give in. Doesn't matter what you want. That is my Vecna song. Always has been. I mean, literally changed my life. Like I wouldn't be the teacher I am today without having that song. And I only took all those tests once. That was it.
Right.
That was it. It saved me.
That's great, man. I like in any Smashing Pumpkins is a good choice.
God.
Is the power in the Vecna was in the emotional or favorite song? We've got Brian saying, I believe it's the positive emotion the song elicits.
Yes. And like
it's
not so
what
much
lights up your brain and gets your mind off of things.
Exactly. I think that's the one for me. Because I remember, and also Lauren, yes, this is another great one. Lauren said, everybody wants to roll the like Tears for Fears. God, that's a great song. You know, I know that one on guitar too. Like, even another great one, you know, Everlong by Foo Fighters.
Everlong.
You know, God, I love that song. I think it's got to be a driving song. I think it's got to kind of wake something up in you. You know what I mean?
Williams is Man in the Mirror.
That's right. Well, William, you'll have your Vecna song in a moment. That's amazing. Into the Mystic by Van Morrison's a good one. Nick, I love that song. Man, it's funny. Like what? Sing to
auditions.
Having yeah, that makes sense. But dude, it's so
happens.
funny. You watch a show like this, and like a song like Kate Bush's "Running Up the Hill" becomes meaningful. Meaningful to you
it
now.
feels
it's
so
wild.
well, like in I mean, even it's very relevant to the show. It also just feels relevant to the times now, frankly.
Yes.
The way things are kind of like, like we're pushing like all these, benefits to like raise money for, trans kids, their families, and,
in the 80s, it was for AIDS.
Abortion rights and stuff like that. Like, access to, healthy care and stuff
You're
like
running up that hill.
Running up that hill. Keep running up that hill. I mean, for real. If it's, and I mean, maybe our overseas listeners, I don't know if it feels like that over there. Over here in the old US of A, it feels like we're running up a hill right now, and not very fast. It feels like we're falling back. We're backsliding. Yeah, like we're wearing like our jackets running up a hill, going like, oh man, we're sweating. It's insane. It's bad. Anyway.
Oh, dude, it's a song that I didn't expect, and someone put a meme out there too. I saw it on Facebook. It's like, are we in the 80s? Because Running Up the Hill was number one. The number one movie in theaters is Top Gun, and they said something else at the very end. I'm like
another one.
Just...
Every year for the last decade has been like, what year is it? Kind of a thing, like but for real though, like this year especially, man. It's wild. It's so wild.
So I just want to say I love that we get to talk about that, because I don't know, to me personally, and Adam Fraser just texted me, said, fuck yeah, Cherub Rock. I love that song.
Some Billy Joel. All right.
Billy Joel's great too. In the Middle of the Night. Is that what you're referring to? Or am I thinking of something else? End is Nigh? Say what's going on here. Oh, End of the Night was my song for a while. What's that song? I don't know that song. End of the Night. Look it up.
No. He meant End is Nigh.
Oh, End is Nigh. Okay. I don't know that song either. Do you know that song?
No, is that a hymn? I'm just playing. Is that in the hymnal?
Oh. Open up your blue books to
White Winter
37.
Hymnal is a great one too. Just saying, like, if you're, I don't know if anybody's a Fleet Foxes fan around here.
Oh, Fleet Foxes is a great band. Wow, I didn't know you liked Fleet Foxes.
I must follow in the. Oh, dude, yeah, I'm a big Fleet Fox head.
Because Father John Misty played drums for Fleet Foxes. When he's not really...
I must follow. Hell yeah, man! I love Fleet Foxes.
I love you. This is Blast. I'm trying to think of anything else we need to go over. That's pretty much it. Thank you for that question, Nick. That's a great question. That being said, I love this season. I can't wait. You'll see a season 5 recap.
Fantastic.
For sure. Maybe even a hype up to it when it gets there.
Well, we might even like have to go back through and like talk about like what. Hey, maybe future Patreon content. Maybe we every month or so, or every week, every other week, we go through each episode of every season.
The thing with our Patreon is
maybe not building up to it. Tell us what you want. Yeah. Do you want us to talk about? Do you want us to deep dive every episode of Stranger Things?
Yeah.
Tell us. We'll do it.
We'd be willing to do it. A lot of people in here are patrons. So you tell us what you want. We'll deliver. Because part of this is like, yes, you want to support us, but we want to support you and give you what you want as a patron,
Mykonos is a fantastic song.
Yes. That being said, I love all of you. Thank you for coming. Let me think of anything we want to plug. Let's get the little brand stuff pulled back up. Obviously,
get that brand up.
Every Thursday, the return of Hyperfocus. Jerry, tell us about that. That's coming up soon, isn't it?
Next Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to have M from Pink Milk. We're going to be. I'm not going to tell you what we're really talking about yet. I just want to hold on to that still a little bit.
Okay.
Because that's part of Hyperfocus is when you get there asking what have you been hyper-focused on recently? And then
boom.
The draw is the person I'm talking to.
Are you excited about the discussion?
It's going to be interesting. And I'll tell you after, because I don't think I've told you.
No, I have no idea.
So I'll tell you after, so you can get like, unless you want.
It's funny.
I think you like spoilers, so I'll tell you after.
But also, thanks to William, he's the one that kind of drove home how much he wanted Hyperfocus back. William was the one that's like, bring it back, bring it back.
Coming back,
Saturdays,
coming back.
Saturdays at 7 p.m. Eastern?
8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. I'm listening. I'm trying to get in bed earlier these days, guys. Come on. Like I'm 35. I'm not getting any younger. Okay. These bags can't be checked.
No.
Nope. I'll be here all week.
I'm glad it's coming back. You have no idea. I've missed this show. I was the one that also campaigned for it to come back. I'm excited to see what you do with the format because you've always been good at it. Bombad Gaming, every Wednesday. I will not be playing this Wednesday, but the Wednesday I get back from my trip, I will be. I'm going on a family vacation, or there may be a surprise or two that happens there. Not this is stream, but
possibly. Yeah, like I said,
we may see
on the main channel. We're going on summer vacation. Right.
Yep.
Like, you pull me back. That's what I was going to say. So what might you have in store, Scotty?
I do plan on doing a couple of live streams with this handy dandy microphone for our patrons only. So you may hear a conversation from Troy and I talking about whatever. And of course, obviously,
always a good conversation with Troy.
Always fun with Troy. We may even just have a round table on the balcony. I don't know. We'll think of something. I'll come up with it. I'll post it on the Patreon that morning.
Someone's got to make those salads for the morning commute.
That's all I'm saying. Has to. But one thing I will plug as well. We haven't talked about it at all. September 17th. Podathon.
Yes.
Podathon. Oh my God. Podathon's coming back. We've reached out to our guest Monday. We're announcing who are not our guest, but we've reached out to other podcasts that are going to host Podathon with us. We've got a couple of confirmations, couple still up in the air. But it looks like most of the day's been booked. So that'll be dropping on Monday. Can't wait.
We need to try to raise twice the money. How much did we raise last year for Make-A-Wish?
$8,300. We're going to try to raise 10. We're doing 10,000.
You guys got to help us. You guys help us spread the word. You got to we got to I mean, you're giving us your Patreon money. Like, I don't want to say take that away, but maybe you can just.
Well, Bombadcast will be donating some money as well.
Right. Absolutely. But tell your friends, tell your family. Yeah. I know it's just Star Wars stuff. Not all your family and friends might like Star Wars, but we're raising money for Make-A-Wish. Everyone wants. I mean, that's a cause that I think. You have to be pretty. You have to be like Vecna/Henry/1. to not support Make-A-Wish Foundation
from any sort of physical, mental, any disability.
No, you have to be someone who is willing to break every bone in the body of a child and blow up their eyeballs with your mind to not
want to help Make-A-Wish.
Not want to help kids.
I agree.
Are you a child murderer? No, then come here and give us money.
Exactly. And this is another one of the hosts, so it'll be
no child murder is allowed, by the way.
No, don't let them come in.
No,
it'll be me. It'll be me, Pete, and Nick hosting this year. You know what? Brian said Bombadcast after party this year. Maybe for the patrons.
Maybe
this for the patrons.
We might have
maybe this for the patrons. Because it's going to be a long day. It's going to be another 12-hour day. And they may like Paul Stanley. You're right. They may. They may. That being said, though, we've been talking about it. $7 a month. Most of the people in the chat right now are patrons, and I want to give a shout out to the people that are currently patrons as well. So as of this moment, as of recording this day, our patrons are as listed. We've got Rick Villanueva, gross. We've got Nick Milky. It's okay. Nice guy. Kind of a little too religious.
He's pissed me off a little bit tonight. Yeah.
We got Joey Tight Pants. That tight pants. We got Rez. We've got Seth Parnell, one of the best.
I like that guy.
We've got Jared Bachman Stubbs Overdrive. We've got Jeff we got Brian Fry.
Jeff Quailman.
We got Michael McCoy, ARS Michael, local first order. We got M from Peak Milk, your guest on Hyperfocus coming up. We've got Brian Hennessy, not Finnessy. He's changing his name. We got Todd DeGrossier. We've also got
loves to drink.
He loves it. We also got Neil Lowry. We've got Chase Hauser. What? Peak Milk fame. We've also got Wesley Roolridge, who is our celebration buddy.
We have a star-studded Patreon. We really do.
We got William Hardy. Who the hell is that? We've got
that's the biggest one of all, frankly.
We've got Preston Dugas, another one of my kiddos.
No way.
We got Eli from In a Galaxy. We got Trey Mitchell from Skywalking Through the League. We've got David K2S brother. We've also got Alden Diaz, and we got Buck O'Brien. That's a huge Patreon list. And this is the perks they get. We got exclusive call-in shows, Patreon group chat on Discord. We got the shout out at the beginning and end of every stream. We got a bi-monthly care package with the handwritten letter. The first thing, I didn't say this. Not many people know this. I put it on Twitter, but our first care package is actually going to be a keychain, a Stay Bombad keychain. It is freaking dope looking. I'll see if I get a picture pull of it. I am so pumped up to be able to show this to y'all. Hold on, we got a Bombadcast page real quick. But it is only exclusive to our patrons. That's it. Only people that can get them. So
we're not selling those anywhere else. And honestly, we're not selling it. You're giving us money, so we're giving you this.
Let me show it. I'm going to share on the screen for those that do not know. But even if you're one of my students, I'm going to bring you to school in August and say, here you go, kiddo. Here is your very own
here you go.
Stay Bombad pin. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? It's going to be like an acrylic pin pretty much. And you're able to actually use it and put on your keychain for your keys or whatever you want to carry. Put in your book sack, your wallet, whatever. So very pumped. That's a Patreon.
Depending on if you own keys or not. You know, it really but I mean, look, listen, you don't have to listen. I had tons of keychains when I was a kid. Me too. It's fine. It's fine. You can own a keychain. There's no law that says you can't own a keychain if you don't have keys. Just saying. Just so
exactly.
You know.
Exactly, Jerry. Beautiful point. That's the first giveaway. I'm
very pro keychain for everyone.
We actually ordered some more Bombad exclusive giveaways that are gonna be coming with those care packages.
We might have the rest of the year already, ready to roll. Scotty, this man right here is vigilant.
Here we go. This is the next one that's going to come out.
Get a taste
in October. Here we go. A one and only club button. Look at that.
And that's you guys.
That's for y'all. Only patrons get that.
I like the ring light.
Oh, the ring light's beautiful. And obviously with Patreon, all these things listed, and I actually have my own segment. I'm probably going to end up doing this segment when I get back from the beach as well. The greatest teacher, Joseph Campbell. I'm very happy to say I'll have a framed photo of him up on my wall in the near future for me to be able to look at and go, you inspire me, Joseph Campbell. I'm following my bliss. And then, of course, Jerry's own little show. Tell us about this, Jerry.
Well, again, Canon Junkie Corner. Right now, I'm reading through like a chapter every stream of a Skywalker, A Family at War by Kristen Baver. It's just, listen, it's real chill. If you need something like kind of lo-fi and everything, kind of relaxing, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I have a pretty good, just like ASMR voice. Just saying,
he does.
I was very calm, very smooth.
That's right.
Yeah, go check that out. Again, just me reading to lo-fi music.
God, basically. I love that. That's a vibe.
And getting really hyped about Whoopie Whoopie. Was the only form of currency accepted by the Hutt clans. Fun fact. At that time on Tatooine.
I didn't know that. Also,
and again, that's according to this book.
I'm glad to say that Nightbot is back. And before you leave, make sure you high five Paul. Give him a second. High five. I'm gonna do it. Jerry, let's both high five Paul real quick. Ready?
Let's go.
Here we go.
Boom. Got you, Paul. Boom. Got you, buddy.
Be scared. Always watching.
He's
also
always watching.
Be scared.
Always watching.
This is a look you do not want from anyone. That being said, let's play our.
That was
Patreon
Katie tuning
clip.
into the stream tonight.
That is right.
That was Katie tuning into the stream, going, "We're gonna do spoilers. We're doing spoilers anyway.
We're doing spoilers, babe. This is gonna be our little commercial for Patreon. Hope you enjoy it.
Imagine belonging to the world's greatest Patreon.
The Bombadcast presents the one and only club, a Patreon experience.
Ran by the most Bombad hosts of all time.
Let's be honest here. You'd be the biggest poodoo ever.
That is Star Wars talk for a piece of shit.
If you didn't join this Patreon, I mean, you'd be an absolute dumb.
The one and only club, Patreon experience, is not sold in stores.
It's just 12 easy payments of $6.99 a month for the rest of your life.
But wait, use your card right now to sign up for it. Scotty and Jerry, that's me, will give you a shout out live on the air.
There will be 10 unique perks. 10 unique perks for you if you join this Patreon. It's hosted by two of the greatest people that ever existed.
Scotty J-Ro
and me, Gerry Cable.
Can't beat that. Broadcast to dozens of people.
How many of you have been dared to jump a ditch with no shoes on?
Why would you ask that?
Well, if you did it and you're still here, please join the Bombadcast Patreon.
Come on. What's he gonna spend it on?
Food? Being a part of the Bombadcast Patreon is not a bad idea at all. Simply because, well, you don't really have that many good ideas. You're kind of an idiot. You're watching this.
That's absolutely right. Live on air, satisfaction guaranteed.
I hope you enjoy it. It's so dense. Every single image has so many things going on.
Remember, when joining this Patreon, make sure you
stay Bombad.
Stay Bombad.
Stay Bombad.
Okay.
This is the most sensual Patreon commercial, like,
the
of all
only
time.
person to bring this up, and I'm not doing a bit. I made a point to write Paul was here. Look, hold on. If y'all, I have to play just 2 seconds of the intro.
Yeah,
I wish I could pause it. Watch. Paul was here. You saw that Paul was here on the wall? Same exact sticky notes in the CD. I'll show you that. And I made a point to do that. Damn, William.
William
That
is
a
our biggest fan.
Sharp eye. Hold on. Where's the Patreon commercial? I'll show you that too. Just look at the CD. You can barely see it.
Imagine belonging to the
You'll see
world's
it in just a
greatest
second.
Patreon.
You can barely see it.
The
It's on
Bombadcast
the
presents
fold of that album. That is, God, William. That is sharp
Coming soon.
eyes.
Coming soon from William, the channel Bombadcast Explained.
It's the lore. It's the lore channel.
You might want to consult Connor for that. He's the keeper of the Bombad lore.
The book of Bombad, if you will. Gerry, I love you. This is a great episode. Almost 2 hours. Been a long time since it was just you and me dueling for 2 hours. That is, I love that we could do this. It's been a while. Man. It's been a minute since we've done this. Oh, dude.
It's always great. It's always great. I love hanging out with you. I love talking things that aren't even Star Wars sometimes, you know?
God, me too.
We got to get it out of our system.
We do.
This is
return to form, obviously, to hype up anything else we got in the future. Not next week. We're going to take a break. We're going to take a summer break, but we do plan
vacation.
On having Adam Christopher on to talk about Shadows of the Sith in the near future. So
we are pre-recording an interview.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly like how long we're going to be able to have him for, so maybe we'll do a little bit before, a little intro, and then play it and we'll talk after, or maybe that's the whole episode. We don't know.
Yeah,
we'll have to see what happens because we got to see if he likes us or not.
Yeah, he might not. We'll find out.
He might not like
us.
it.
Might have to edit it.
Might have to edit out all the swearing, you know.
Yeah, he might. But with that being said, Gerry, can you do us the honors of sending out this show?
I sure will. All of you lovely, lovely people out there, we need you to stay Bombad.
Did you say impossible? Pasquale? Only kidding, Jackie. I've changed my tune because I finally thought of a possible dream that we can all share. What is it?
Pasquale?
It's a dream about a world when nobody is poor or sick or hungry.
Oh, now that's a dream we can make come true.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right.
As I point up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind.
I see the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? A soundless disregard, a broken bottle top,
and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know.
time for us to take a break. But we wouldn't dream of being gone for long. See you in a little bit.
Trivia loser, 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 trivia loser. You lost to me in trivia. Jared, you suck. You stink. Say Bombad. Bye bye.